Welcome. I'm N.S. Lavanya, Assistant Professor, Department of English, KCS Kasinadar College of Arts and Science. In this video, I'm going to tell you how to improve your reading skills, which is a part of the syllabus Communicative English prescribed by University of Madras for all UG courses. Reading short articles, newspaper reports or fact-based articles, you have to keep in mind three important things: skimming and scanning, diction and tone, identifying topic sentences. Tips for reading. The focus of this lesson on reading comprehension is to give you a few tips about ensuring that you don't miss the point being made in the article that you are reading. With regard to reading a newspaper report or whatever it is, you have to hone your skills on these things. Let's look at what is skimming. It refers to the process of reading only main ideas within a passage to get an overall impression of the content of a reading selection. Read the newspaper article given below. While you read, practice the skills of skimming and scanning. With reference to this article, you can skim with the following guidelines. Note the title of the article. Read the introduction or the first paragraph. Read the first sentence of every other paragraph. Read the summary or the last paragraph. Let's look at the paragraph for better understanding. Experts have discovered ancient stone tools that could be evidence early humans survived one of the largest volcanic eruptions in prehistory and the catastrophic climate change unleashed in its aftermath. The Toba super eruption 74,000 years ago has long been thought to have caused a volcanic winter across all of South Asia, nearly extinguishing early humankind in the region. But new findings in India indicate that hunter-gatherers managed to survive and adapt to these harsh new conditions. Today, the site of the Toba supervolcano in Sumatra, Indonesia, is a huge lake surrounded by lush flora. The prehistoric volcanic eruption was so massive, many experts believe it resulted in a 1,000-year-long cooling of the Earth's surface and covering the entirety of South Asia, including China, India, and Indonesia, with several inches of ash. Professor Chris Clarkson, an archaeologist at the University of Queensland in Brisbane, Australia, says that experts previously believed there were only a few survivors who lived in Africa. So thus we come to the end of the paragraph. So what is the meaning of skimming? You have to look the important details given in the paragraph. So just looking at the first line of every paragraph, thus you come to know that here the paragraph talks about volcanic eruption. So I hope that you understood the meaning of skimming. Let's look at the meaning of scanning. Locate the answer. For example, if you are looking for a date, you can scan the paragraph for numbers. Thus, it's different from skimming, where it looks out for details given in the paragraph, while scanning looks out for important dates. As an example, we can look at the next slide. The paragraph is given, so you can scan the important dates or numbers. A small earthquake shook an eastern section of New Jersey early on Wednesday, but there were no immediate reports of injuries or damage, officials said. The U.S. Geological said that the 3.1 magnitude earthquake occurred at about 2 a.m. near East Freehold, a community of about 4,800 people. But people around Monmouth County, a coastal area of more than 600,000 people, reported feeling the earthquake's effects. Fernando Bravo, who runs Tony's Freehold Grill, said he woke up at his freehold house at 1:57 a.m. and went to the kitchen for water. I heard noises outside, he said. When I checked out the window, I didn't see anything, but after a minute, I heard a big noise. He said it sounded like something big dropped or crunched, like wood is broken. He checked on his daughters, who told him it was an earthquake. When he arrived at the grill at about 6:30 a.m., he noticed the security camera had picked up a little tremble inside his office. A few customers dropping by for their morning coffee also said they felt it, said Jacqueline Bravo, his daughter and a waitress at the dinner. Sheriff Sean Golden, speaking to a reporter for WNBC, said that there were no reports of immediate damage, but that full assessments would be conducted early on Wednesday. Just a lot of nerves, he said. Next is a note on diction and tone. Diction and tone is very important. Diction in writing is the word choice used in a piece of writing. It can elicit a particular tone to the writing depending on the specific words chosen from individual word choice. The overall tone or attitude of a piece of writing should be appropriate to the audience and purpose. The tone may be objective or subjective, logical or emotional, intimate or distant, serious or humorous. The two slides which I have given here is taken from the newspaper articles for your better understanding about skimming, scanning, diction, tone, and identifying the topic sentences. As I have already told in the previous video, every paragraph should include a topic sentence that identifies the main idea of the paragraph. A topic sentence also states the point they make about the subject. Generally, the topic sentence appears at the beginning of every paragraph. It is the paragraph's very first sentence. From the first sentence, we can gather information about what is spoken in the entire passage. Dear students, I will tell you why important benefits of reading aloud. Develops stronger vocabulary. We acquire language primarily through listening. Reading aloud gives us the opportunity to hear new words in new contexts, which helps in building vocabulary and a stronger awareness of the communicative possibilities of language. It builds connection between the spoken and the written word. When you hear words read aloud, you begin seeing how printed words are closely connected to spoken words. This helps them recognize the difference between the arrangement of spoken language and printed text. Third benefit is it provides enjoyment. Both children and adults enjoy being read to. The experience is both pleasurable and positive. The auditory impact of words is relished when someone reads aloud, and this practice lights the spark a lifelong love of reading. Increases attention span. Unlike watching television, reading or being read to promotes a slower unfolding of events and ideas. This enhances the listening skill and the ability to pay attention and concentrate. This definitely has an influence on increasing one's overall attention span. Understand the text and read aloud. Next thing is strengthens cognition. A well-written book exposes you to sophisticated language. It can strengthen your comprehension or cognitive abilities. When you are regularly exposed to sophisticated language or a well-crafted piece of writing, you learn how to apply your cognitive abilities to understand the text. So, it is mandatory to read aloud. You can take your best role models as newsreaders. They have presence of mind, good pronunciation and command of the language. When you watch news regularly, then you will pick up the habit of reading aloud like a news reader. For example, take a script. Read your script and get familiar with it before you read aloud. Do not stare at the page. Take in a couple of words at a glance and look at the audience to which you are presenting the text. Two things are very important: voice modulation and intonation. Voice modulation is when you control or adjust the volume of your voice to softer and louder tones in order to make an impact and the attention of your listeners to what you are trying to convey. Intonation is the rise and fall of your voice arising from the words or syllables that are stressed and not stressed in your utterance. Voice modulation and intonation are of utmost importance. Without mastery of these two aspects, your listeners will find you very boring. Dear students, keep all those things whatever I have said in this video and practice it regularly. Thanks for watching the video. Subscribe the channel and wait for my next video.